Happy Monday, everyone. Bryan Devore at the Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties with your Monday market moment. Today, we are going to answer or attempt to answer the question, have we left the seller's market? We have been in the seller's market for a few years now, and are we exiting the seller's market? Let's take a look at that in just a moment. But first, let's look at the current totals. Right now, we have 3,176 homes for sale throughout San Diego County. It's an increase of 50 over last week, with a median list price of $999,000, a slight dip from last week. Average days on market of those homes, 47 days, which is an increase over last week. Meanwhile, we have 1,974 homes in escrow. That's a drop of 19 from last week, with a median list price of $839, an increase over last week. Average days on market, 23, slight drop from last week. Months of inventory is still going up. We're at 2.02. Last week, we went over the 2-month mark for the first time in quite a while. We've been well under that for a long time. And so it's creeping up, months of inventory, which is, again, total number of homes for sale divided by the number of sales from the last 30 days. So here's the chart that shows the totals, total actives and total pendings. And you can see that we did see pendings increasing last week, but they dipped again this week. Meanwhile, we're still seeing the steady climb of inventory week after week after week. Right now, total sales last week, active 627. So 627 homes came on the market last week. It's an increase of 14 over the week before. Median list price of $895. It's an increase from the week before. New pendings, 322, a drop of 30 from last week. So 14 more homes came on the market last week than had the week before. 30 fewer homes went pending last week than the week before. Median list price, $812.4, an increase from last week. Average days on market, no change, 21 days. New pendings listed within the last week, 17, and new pendings listed within the last 2 weeks, 135. So 5% of homes sold within a week or less, and it had been around 7 or 8%. Last week it dropped to 4, now it's at 5. 42% of homes are selling in 2 weeks or less. We had been hovering around 50%. We're down to 42%. Total sales last week, 327, and a big increase of 71 from last week. 850 was the median list price, down from the week before. 860,000 was the median sales price, also down from the week before. Average days on market, 21, 2 fewer days than the week before that. Least expensive sale was in San Marcos, actually Lake San Marcos, $175,000. Rancho Santa Fe once again had the highest sale, $8.8 million. All right, so let's talk about that. Actually, before we talk about that question, let's do the charts that show new actives, new pendings, and new closed sales. You can see inventory had been going up, and then we had fewer homes coming on the market a couple weeks ago, but back up again. Meanwhile, the number of new pendings down, but the closed sales jumped right back up, which is encouraging to see. We didn't see a continuing trend of fewer sales week after week. And here is the chart showing median list price and median sales price. We are still seeing homes on the median selling for more than what they're being listed for. Okay, here is the Stephen Thomas report on housing, San Diego County expected market time year over year. So you can see the different lines, the different colored lines, and we can see the blue line is where we are right now. So we see the orange arrow pointing to that. And then on the other axis, it has a number of days. And typically, a hot seller's market is when a home is expected to sell in 60 days or less, and then it goes up from there. So 90 days, between 60 and 90 is a slight seller's market. Balanced market is 90 to 120. Slight buyer's market, 120 to 150. And above that, it's a deep buyer's market. This is the traditional outlook. And so if you take those parameters, we're still in a hot seller's market. Hotter seller's market than we were in 2019 and in 2022, but 2021 and was kind of that crazy time when homes were just flying off the shelf in 2020. But if we factor in interest rates and the effect that interest rates are having as we approach 8%, what really should be the definition of hot markets? Well, the next chart shows the same information, the expected market time year over year and the number of days, but factoring in interest rates and how it's slowing down the demand. And demand is going down week after week. And according to this, we're actually in a balanced market between buyers and sellers. So right now we're at the orange arrow right here, that blue point right there. We're just above slight seller's market. So that begs the question, are we out of being in a seller's market? Depends on how you look at it. If you look at the way this is put out, because interest rates are almost at 8% and demand is going down, we have to reevaluate what our considerations are for seller's market, buyer's market, balanced market, etc. If you look at it the traditional way, though, the way we had been looking at it, we were in a deep seller's market. Maybe we're just now more in a slight seller's market. I am seeing out there inventory is taking a little bit longer to sell as inventory rises, but the effective interest rates is making a difference. And I think that if we look at it from this perspective, we probably are in a little bit more of a balanced market. So next week, we're going to talk about the inventory, demand, and what prices are doing and so forth from the latest Stephen Thomas report. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Don't forget to scan the QR code to track your home's value. And if you have any questions about this report or statistics or anything else, feel free to give me a call, send me an email, send me a text. Happy to answer any questions you might have. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. I look forward to seeing you next Monday.
You've been watching Monday Market Moment with Bryan Devore. To request a transcript of this week's report, send an email request to brian@devorerealtygroup.com.